Well. We are back. Welcome back to No Filter MMA. This is your boy BJ back with another video short. Guys, I know I've missed a lot and I'm going to cover all that I've missed. But I did see this pop up. Montana De La Rosa versus Andrea Lee 2, the rematch. I always thought these two would see each other more at, like if they were both in the top 10 or top 5. I thought that I would see the rematch with more implications on it. And I got what I wished for, but it just wasn't the implications that I thought. You know what I'm saying? I thought I would see Andrea Lee and Montana De La Rosa circle back around to fight each other for, I'm talking at the time of the first fight. I thought that I would see them circle back around to each other and fight again for a number 1 contender fight or a title eliminator fight. Yet and still, they're fighting to keep their spot in the UFC. You know what I'm saying? They're fighting to keep their spot in the UFC. So it's a weird fight, And so let's talk about the first fight. The first fight, I thought that, honestly, I thought it was a close fight. I thought Montana was doing well. I feel like Montana was landing the harder shots, but Andrea Lee's defense was on point back then, like, against somebody like Montana. So, a lot of those punches were kind of like skimming off or whatever. Like, Montana wasn't really landing flush on Andrea Lee, versus Andrea Lee, almost dropped Montana with a good stiff jab. Not because it had a whole lot of power behind it, it's because it was straight on. It was accurate. You know what I'm saying? And, I felt like, at that point in Montana De La Rosa's career, forcing somebody like Montana to stay on the feet for 3 rounds, which is exactly what Andrea Lee did. Montana couldn't get Andrea Lee down and hold her down. You know what I'm saying? And at that point in Montana's career, making her strike for 3 rounds, Montana gassed. I felt like she gassed out at the end of, the third round. She was out of steam a little bit. I'm not saying she fully gassed out, but she let off the pedal a little bit. Andrea Lee was just able to really not do a whole lot and just win the fight by jabs and defending takedowns. And I feel like, if Montana would have kept the same trajectory that she started off with in the fight, I do feel like she could have done better because her striking and her movement when stuff was good in that fight. In the first round, the first couple rounds of the fight, Montana was looking okay on the feet. Now coming into the first fight, it was close, but Andrea Lee edged the fight out. But when it comes to Montana De La Rosa and Andrea Lee now, I feel like it's been both of them have not 100% done or lived up to the potential that I think they have, especially De La Rosa. At that time, De La Rosa was on a hot streak, man, and De La Rosa had a lot of promise, man, and I still feel like it's okay for me to think the way that I thought about Montana De La Rosa, given how she did coming out blazing in the UFC like that. You know what I'm saying? I had high hopes for Montana because of the type of fighter she is and what I think that she's capable of. But she's just kind of fell flat. You know what I'm saying? Lost to Andrea Lee. Lost to, who was it that she lost to? Tatiana Suarez. Lost to J.J. Aldridge. Lost to Macy Barber. You know what I'm saying? Like, these fights that Montana loses, she should have won these fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are fights that she most surely should have won. You know what I'm saying? So, not the Tatiana fight, but the rest of them, And it's just, I don't know what happens. I don't know what's going on there with her. I don't know what is stopping Montana from, you know what I'm saying, getting to that next level, or Andrea Lee for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Andrea Lee has had more opportunity than anybody that's ever fought at 125 pounds to get it right when it comes to the rankings. They kept her in the rankings on a 3-4 fight losing streak. Like, she's maintained her ranking, you know what I'm saying, versus girls like Montana was putting together, Jillian and a couple of other girls was putting together 2-3 fights and couldn't even hold on to a number 15 spot, So it is what it is. They both lost to Macy Barber, and it's who's going to be able to keep their job. And I hate to have that conversation when it comes to somebody I had so much hope for, like Montana De La Rosa. I just really hope she can pull it together and put together a good win here over Andrea Lee. You know what I'm saying? And get revenge, get that confidence back, because she needs it, man. She needs it. Now, the Montana that fought in the fight with JJ Aldrich, do I think that Montana beats Andrea Lee? Yes, I think that Montana beats Andrea Lee. The Montana that fought Ariane Lipsky, do I think that Montana beats Andrea Lee? Absolutely, that Montana beats Andrea Lee. I just hope that when she gets back in front of Andrea Lee, that those same demons don't come back and haunt her, because Montana's a better fighter than Andrea Lee. I mean, when you're talking skill for skill, Montana to me is a better fighter than Andrea Lee. Montana is a better fighter than a lot of people that she's lost to. You know, is she a better fighter than Andrea Lee? I mean, than JJ Aldrich? In my opinion, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to Montana to show us her level, to show us what she made of. And I think that when it comes, if this is the type of fight that comes out to be, if it's time for somebody to get nitty gritty, there's only potential for one person in this fight to get nitty gritty and pull out that dog. You know what I'm saying? And the only person that's going to pull out that dog is the person who showed us that dog before, and that's Montana De La Rosa. So I just want to see how this fight pans out. This fight takes place June 8th, and I think it's do or die, this fight, guys. I really do. I hate to say that, but I think it's do or die. So let's see, who can make the improvements. I think people would be less surprised if Andrea Lee won, but I think Montana can pull it. I got the ultimate faith in Montana, and I think that she can pull it out. Like I said, she's a much better fighter in my opinion. So we'll see, guys. This is your boy BJ, back from No Filter MMA. Drop those comments in the comment section. Hit that like, hit that dislike, and if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Your boy is out.